but I never learn. And we were just doing the Wrestling Escape Pod as per usual. And we're here now. We've got the preview for tonight all lined up, ready for us to take a look at and get our teeth into. So the Rascalz are going to be on the show. They're going to be reuniting, and obviously they reunited last week. So we've got the Rascalz. They're going to be taking on Gallus. Then we've got NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez is going to be speaking. Now, I do wonder if we might see Giulia. I am excited about seeing Giulia. Giulia has been rumored to be coming into WWE for a long time, and Giulia is one of those early examples of WWE signing someone that I was not aware of. I hadn't heard of Giulia. I don't follow Japanese women's wrestling, and there was a load of hype around her, a load of excitement around her, but because it's been so long, I've seen quite a lot of video packages of her now, and even a few matches of hers where she's actually competed after she signed. So obviously she competed at the weekend, and I was able to catch highlights of that. So I sort of feel like Giulia's coming in and I've got a lot more knowledge of who she is, a lot more. I understand what she's going to bring. I understand the excitement, and as well as that, at WrestleMania weekend, she was shown in the crowd along with Rossy Agawa. And so this thing has been months and months and months and months and months of hype of her coming in. WWE haven't necessarily done much to hype her arrival, but just, you know, it's been hyped through the IWC. So I don't know that we see Giulia tonight. I can't sit here saying I'm expecting Giulia tonight. What I can say is that we are expecting Giulia to be someone that's going to come in anytime, really, because she had her match the other day. I believe that was her final match, and she said that her time with Stardom was pretty much near an end now. So just expecting her to come over to NXT now. So I don't know that that's tonight. I don't know what the rumor mills are saying. I don't know if Roxanne's going to have to face someone else first, but we are going to be hearing from Roxanne on this show, and I'm interested to see where that goes. Then we've got Hudson taking on Femi. This is for the NXT North American title. OC are taking on OTM in a 6-person tag match. And then we've got Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley going one-on-one in the ring as well. So quite a few things for us to get our teeth into. NXT, it can be a bit of a mixed bag, in my opinion. This year has had some good stuff. It's had some bad stuff. We've had a nice run, I think NXT at the moment feels to me like you're going to get loads out of it if you really are into the NXT TNA crossover. If that crossover doesn't really do much for you, I sort of feel like NXT sort of feels like it's just pretty average. We've brought a lot of people in. I think we're going through a rebuild phase. Ethan Page is the champ, for example. We just have not seen much of Ethan Page. Obviously, we've been bringing in people from TNA. And again, if you're not that interested, there ain't really too much there. Outside of that, it's pretty standard stuff like Robert Stone and Stevie Turner arguing. It's things along those, or Duke Hudson taking on Femi. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from tonight. I'm always honest about if I think a card looks good and if a card has got, stuff there for people. I think if you're excited by the Rascalz and that reunion, I think you're going to be really excited by that. I'm really excited about the Roxanne Perez segment. I like Duke Hudson. Him against Femi, two big guys going at it, I think could be good, but I can't see Femi losing. So I think it's just going to be a win for Oba, but hopefully it's going to be a good match. Izzy Dame, Tatum Paxley, might be all right. OC against OTM. I don't mind the Michin Jada side of it, to be honest. Not really bothered about the guys. But Michin Jada, I mean, they put on a banger a few weeks ago. That like street fight they had, oh, so good. Really enjoyed that. So I'm definitely watching for that reason. And we'll see if there's any other twists and turns. So yeah, we'll see what's coming up, but plenty for us to get our teeth into. Curtis said, Daze, what are your opinions on Southgate leaving? Who do you think will bring in? I think it'll be Graham Potter. He's out of a job. Yeah, the England manager left today. After England obviously lost the final on Sunday. He'd been manager 8 years. A bit of a mixed bag in regards to opinions on him. I was Team Southgate. I was someone that believed he was the right person to keep going. I think the way that the tournament went this time felt very, very different to what we'd seen before. Like, we hadn't seen England really play that bad at tournaments before. I mean, if you remember when they played the French in the World Cup, we were actually, I would say, the better team. I thought that we gave them a hell of a game, and we ended up losing 2-1 in the end. But I felt like we did ourselves proud. It felt like we really went toe-to-toe with France. And you just can't really say that for any of the games this time. So it feels like this was a step too far, a tournament too far. It feels like this was, you know, he had a chance because we somehow scraped to the final, but then we got completely outplayed and we deserved to lose that game. So time for a change. I think it's time that he goes, but we should celebrate what he did, and he should be knighted. I think for what he did, taking this country to 2 finals when they'd only ever been to 1 before, that alone deserves being Sir Gareth Southgate, right? So I would knight him. I would do like a big celebration, a look back at his kind of achievements. I don't know if you do like a TV show or something like that. I really would celebrate what he's done, because I think that what he has managed to do is kind of take a broken England and make them into contenders. We were the favourites going into this. So I love it. Love what he did. Definitely the right time to move on. In regards to replacements, I think if you can get Klopp, then Klopp would be the one to go for. I don't think you can. I don't think you're going to get him. And so I spoke yesterday and said I'd go and just get Lee Carsley. Because Lee Carsley, for me, he is someone that knows these players. He plays attacking football. He plays the kind of football people want. He's already in the FA system. He won the under-21 tournament last year, so he knows how to win these tournaments. He's shown the attacking flair that people want. He knows the players. He's English as well. I can't. You could go and get Graham Potter, but I don't know, does the Chelsea stuff count against him? I mean, he was not great at Chelsea. And the thing is, Brighton have continued their success after Potter. Look at De Zerbi. Is part of Brighton's success their amazing recruitment, which might have not had anything to do with Potter. And then, you know, they've carried on. Brighton, I think, have got the right people in the right jobs. And I think that Graham Potter is someone that is a good manager, a good coach, but went to Chelsea and struggled. And I just don't know that I would take him over Lee Carsley, who has done the job for the under-21s. So Carsley, I think, would be my pick. But Klopp, if you can get him, of course. But I don't think you can get him. So Carsley would be my pick. And I don't think you can get Eddie Howe out of Newcastle. Poch, don't know. That feels like a big deviation from where we are. That would feel like going in a completely different direction. And I don't think you get Pep either. So I don't know. It's a real tricky one. I mean, there are names, but are they reachable? I'm not sure they are. Kevin said, NXT will never be as good as Black and Gold, but it'll never be worse than 2.0. That's how I feel. I feel that way. I feel like NXT's in a really good place, but it's not a touch. It's not a patch on Black and Gold for me. Black and Gold was just, it was goated. It was so good. It was an hour long as well. So nothing outstayed its welcome. Everything felt like you had to watch it. And it had all these great stars, not people learning how to wrestle, but people that had been on the indie scene, had done the miles, had worked out who they are and what their character was and how to promo and how to wrestle and how to tell stories. Imagine an hour-long wrestling show that has got Sasha and Bayley and Charlotte and Sammy and Finn Balor and Hideo Itami and Kevin Owens and Tyler Breeze and, do you know what I mean, like Neville. Imagine an hour-long wrestling show that's just using that talent that were already talented. That's why you just won't be able to replicate it, because it's 2 hours now. And I think you could always cut a few bits off. 2 hours is fine. But I think that it's 2 hours where you've got people that are at different stages now of learning how to wrestle. You know, now we've got people like Izzy Dame, who's learning how to be a wrestler, mixed in with people like the Rascalz and Gallus, who know how to wrestle, right? And obviously, like, you know, Oba Femi, who's still really green, but a big future prospect. But I don't know that anyone's looking at Oba Femi thinking, oh, that's going to be a banger. I think, you know, two big men going at it could be fun, but I don't know that it's not the finished article yet, is he? Whereas you go back to Black and Gold, it was an hour and just loads of finished articles, really. So, yeah, Black and Gold, I don't know that if we keep doing what we're doing with NXT, I don't know that we'll ever get back to that kind of quality, but it's still really good right now. I mean, they found a bit of a sweet spot with a brilliant way of making their own talent, not relying on the indies so much, but actually just getting athletes and turning them into stars, which I'm stunned that they've been as successful as what they have. I mean, the balls to take people that have never wrestled and turn them into just some of the best wrestlers. I mean, what they've done with Kalani and Bianca, Trick Williams, as we said last week, so impressive. So, you know, you just can't be down on that. You just can't be down on that. And to watch their journey is great as well. So, but yeah, if someone said what was the best era of NXT, I would say it was Black and Gold's. But I would say that Black and Gold had a bit of a time span from about 2014 through to about 2018. For me, it was starting to struggle a little bit about 2019. And then, of course, 2020, when we hit the pandemic, it all gets derailed. But I actually started to think that there was a step down with Black and Gold kind of as we got around 2018, 2019. So I'd say 2014 to 2018. If you've not watched that NXT, if you've never gone back and watched some of those episodes, I'd say do it. It's definitely my favorite time. Check out those takeovers. If you want a real taste of how good those shows are, go back to those early takeovers from that time periods. It's incredible. Yeah, they are incredible. I distinctly remember watching them and thinking, well, it won't be as good as the last one. There's no way it'll be as good as the last one. That last one was amazing. And then you watch it and you're like, I think that's better, you know. That might be even better. Like, I don't know how they just kept improving. They just kept getting better, and it was amazing. It was a hell of a run. One of my favorite times of watching wrestling is that 2014 to 2018 period because of NXT. Brony said 2 weeks in a row Seth is interrupting Drew's segment, and I really think they're going to insert him in the Drew Punk feud at SummerSlam since he doesn't have a match, and I'm not a fan of that personally. Jordan said, did anyone hear about the Argentina team being racist? I didn't. No, I didn't. I am good. Joe, shout out to you. I hope you are well. Patrick, shout out to you. Said, say his name and he appears. I believe in Wrestling Daze. Patrick, appreciate the support, my friend. I hope you're having a good day. I hope everyone's having a good day. Dort Knight, shout out to you. Let's go down. Thank you. Can start watching it now, says Curtis. NXT Black and Gold was special, says Brony. Mr. B saying hello to people as well. Kian, hello. says, hope you are well. I thought Raw was decent. Can't wait for SummerSlam. These mega matches with surprises to come. Yeah. Kevin said, I watch TNA every week. That's why I'm loving this NXT TNA partnership. Tom said, Klopp or Poch should get the England job. Poch did great with Chelsea last season, then got sacked. Oh, did he do great, though? Because didn't they finish like 7th or something like this? Maybe even 8th. Like they seem to get good towards the end, so he may have just got somewhere, but I don't know that we can say they did great with Chelsea when they never qualified for the Champions League, and they seem to be well out of it, like around the mid-table. I mean, he went to PSG, and didn't he not win the French league? Didn't he go to PSG and then like they lost to Lille? And then I don't know if he won the league the year after, but either way, the focus was Champions League and they didn't win it. And then he ended up going to Chelsea and then they ended up bobbing around the mid-table. I mean, I think people love Poch for what he did at Tottenham. And I think taking them to the Champions League final, but I don't know. I really don't look at Poch and think that that is the right way forward for England. I don't know. I don't know that I can envisage Poch winning a major trophy with England. That's not. I wouldn't go with Poch. A lot of it is going to depend on the interviews. I mean, when you sit down and you speak to them and you say, what would you change about England, or where did England go wrong? And they're talking to you about that. We're not gonna know the answers to what they say, but I would be so fascinated with what are you going to bring to the job? What do England need to change? Are you willing to keep in place some of the key core structures that we really believe in? Like, you know, St. George's Park and working with the other coaches. You know, the under-21s need to work the exact same way as the main squads so that when the under-21s are being trained, they're ready to just go straight in. So you can't really bring in this revolutionary style in the main squad and then not change the under-21s, the under-18s, the under-17s. It has to be the same structure all the way through. And so that's going to take a lot of work, a lot of communication. It's not just about the first team. It's about the whole structure behind the scenes. And I think whoever comes in has got to understand that and recognize the importance of that. And also, if it's a foreign coach, I would also be interested in saying, we want an Englishman as your assistant because we want to understand what you're doing. And we want to be able to kind of give an English coach that insight. So if you bring Poch in and Poch gets it, then I would want, say, Lee Carsley to be his assistant with the plan that Carsley maybe takes over after Poch if Poch is successful. If Poch is successful, Carsley's right there, knows everything that's been going on and can then just immediately take over. So I would also have that conversation. There's a lot that I think is going to come out of the interviews. Wendy Chu against Rosemary. Halloween TNA would be awesome, said Jim. Richard said, did you see my post that I tagged you in last night? I never made it on a video today. There wasn't a video today, but so that'll be why. Tony said, I believe Joe Hendry will win the TNA World title this Saturday. Ramen Noodles says Dynamite is on the way up. Tomorrow is going to be crazy. Brony said, since Bash in Berlin is 4 weeks after SummerSlam, do you think Gunther loses at SummerSlam but then wins at Bash in Berlin? Part of me thinks that it could go that way. That's interesting. I think that's interesting. I think that Gunther wins at SummerSlam. I think then he would go into Bash at Berlin as champion, defending, and would still get a fantastic reception. Yeah, it's an interesting thought. They may decide to not put the belt on Gunther at SummerSlam for that reason. But equally, I don't know. I don't know that they... I mean, look at Drew. Drew tried to win the title in his hometown, and they were quite happy to screw him over in Scotland. So I don't know how much they necessarily worry about that. Look at Sammy in Montreal, where, you know, he was competing for the title against Roman, didn't get it done. Drew in Wales, didn't get it done. Like, there's quite a healthy amount of people that have tried to win championships in their home country and have failed. So I don't know that it's worth saving it for that moment. WWE have had plenty of those moments in the past and in the future. I think you just tell the story that you want to tell. And if the time is right for, say, Finn to screw Damian, and that time should be SummerSlam, then I think you just do it. Because I think Gunther going in and chasing the title is one thing. Gunther going in as champion is equally just as fine. Maybe more preferable for him to win the title rather than go in as champion. But as I said, if you want to tell the story that you want to tell, and that means that you've got to pull the trigger at SummerSlam, then just do it. So I think if I was to do a prediction video, I would still go with Gunther, but you make an excellent point. A very good point. And maybe they do delay it for that reason. So food for thought. Paul said, who would be good to see Santino, who is in TNA, interact with his daughter? That would be good. Santino coming in and interacting with his daughter, that would be good. Brony said, I still think Gunther wins at SummerSlam, but I do think there's a possibility he doesn't and then wins it at Bash. Yeah, that's a good point. Tom said the major problem England have is in defence. Stones is decent. Mark Gahey is the future. Tamori should be in the squad. Dyer and Maguire are getting old. Konza is... I think England's defence is okay, actually. I think the problem England have got is, I personally think, in front of the defence. I think if England had a world-class defensive midfielder, I think that would have solved a lot of problems. Unfortunately, they don't. And this is why Gareth Southgate said, we don't have a Calvin Phillips. And everyone ridiculed him. And everyone's like, what the hell are you on about? You've got Declan Rice, you've got Kobe Mainoo. But Kobe Mainoo's not a defensive midfielder. He's more of an 8. I mean, look how much he loves getting forwards. Look how much he loves carrying the ball and running and getting like in around the opposition's box. He's not a 10, but equally he's not a 6. He is an 8 that will go from box to box. Declan Rice used to be a 6, but he's used more as an 8 now. You know, Bellingham used to be an 8, but now he's a 10. So he'll be an attacking midfielder. What we don't have is that specialist 6 that's just a 6. You could argue that, like, Phillips had kind of become a bit of an 8, but the problem is Phillips just doesn't play anymore. But when he was at Leeds, he was playing a lot of 6. Man City just never really played. So I do understand that we don't have that 6. We don't have that Rodri. We don't have that person that just can really mop up in front of the defense. I wonder if we should have put Stones there. I wonder if we should have played Gahey and, I don't know, perhaps you have to go Dunk, you know, or I know a lot of people wanted Braithwaite. Maybe you go Gahey and Konza. I feel like there's a few players that are coming through. I think Gahey has cemented himself, innit? Gahey actually made the team of the tournament. Gahey, for me now, is probably a starter for England going forwards. It's just, who do you have partnering him? I think with Southgate gone, that now means Ben White can play at right back, which is very exciting. Ben White coming in, because he that's his now for me. Ben White is your right back. You have Gahey. I think Braithwaite's in the mix. Tamori, as you mentioned. Left back's a bit of a problem because outside of Shaw, we're not drowning in options. So that is a problem. We do need to find a left back. But I think I was watching a video earlier about the second Spanish goal, and it was actually a mistake by Rice, Bellingham, sitting too deep, giving Spanish too much space. And then it was, which allowed them to, like, you know, travel the ball forward quite a bit. And then it was Walker on the right who didn't move with the rest of the defense, which then created some space behind Walker, which meant that they could play the ball over, and that was that. So I think if we had a better 6 that could press, and if Walker had stayed in line with the rest of the defense, then we wouldn't have conceded that second goal. So I agree that there are issues with defense. I think some of those issues get drastically fixed if we had a good 6 that could sit there and know what to do. Rice does a job. He does a job, but he doesn't do a perfect job. And actually, do you remember Rice gave the ball away for Netherlands' goal? It was Rice that gave the ball away, and then Netherlands, Simons went and scored. So that's an area. This is why I'm really interested in Adam Wharton. I'm wondering if we should have played him as our 6, Mainu and Rice just in front in 8s. Maybe Foden in the 10, not played Bellingham, but brought him on when Foden was getting tired, and then had Gordon and Saka on the wings. I think we probably should have gone that way, personally. But I mean, I don't want to say that I should be the next England manager, but I think we're all thinking it. I would be really interested in looking in that, or if we didn't do Wharton, maybe put Stones there because he has played there for City, and maybe see if he can play that 6 role. But I don't know. You can't really go into a tournament messing around with that stuff, can you? You need to get it done before. Saka shouldn't have played RM in the finals. Walker should have been there, says Tom. Yeah, I get your point about defense, by the way. For me, I have got a big concern about the 6. I'm not as worried about Stones and Gahey, and I'm really not worried about right back. I think Ben White comes in now, and I'm really excited about that. Pickford's shown himself to be awesome. No problems with the keeper. You know, you always think, can your keeper stand up? And massive saves in the final. I mean, he did it. And he saves in the penalty shootout. Any conversation about Pickford is gone. He's the number 1. Stones, I don't really have a concern with. I understand he can be a bit sloppy at times, but I think Gahey was brilliant. And as we said, Ben White coming in, I think is brilliant. Sure, if he's fit, brilliant. But we do need to find that young left back that's going to take over from him. But it's the 6. Because Rice is young, Mainu's young, so where's our 6? Like, who's going to play in the 6? And I do worry if we keep relying on Rice in that position, it ain't going to work. This is why I wish we'd looked at Wharton or found another alternative. Sorry to talk about football, friends, but it's still the big topic over here because we're still all crying. Spartan said, Daze, Jason Jordan produced the Chad Gable, Creeds and Wyatt 6 segment, as well as Sammy versus Elia yesterday, said Spartan Major 619. Tom said, Gunther wins at SummerSlam. Elia takes him on at Bash in Berlin. Paul said, I can't wait for everyone to see how good the Rascalz are. Sonny says, hi chats. Available on paperback and Kindle. Please consider buying my second book, The Soul Within. It's a collection of poems. Sonny, shout out to you. James said Bellingham was effing awful. Yeah, I honestly, I think that I think Bellingham needed a rest. I think we know how good Bellingham is. I just think that he was shattered. I think that he was tired. I think for a young man to have played as many games as he had in high-profile, high-pressure games, I think that he came in and wanted to work hard. And he did work hard, but I think the problem is that he's run himself into the ground and he's shattered. I think he's shattered. I mean, it's so rare for a player to say, I'm so glad we didn't go to extra time because I was out on my feet. Like, that's what he said in an interview after. I saw an interview with him on TV after, I think it was the Netherlands game. And he was like, I'm so glad that it wasn't extra time because I was done. I was out on my feet. And you hear Gareth saying that he was on the verge of bringing on Conor Gallagher for Bellingham because he could see that Bellingham was done. And that was unfortunately moments before they scored. I just think that he's a class player who's going to be class again next year, but he was ineffective because he was done. He was done. He needed to sit some games out. He needed a break. He needed a breather. He needed longer recovery. I feel like you could get a good half hour out of him or something, but yeah. This is why just putting all your best players on the pitch ain't the right way forward. This is why Bellingham could have been on the bench and come on in a second half and maybe been more impactful, or start with Bellingham and then bring Foden on. Imagine bringing Phil Foden on in the second half. I mean, these are the frustrating things, to be honest. This is why this felt like a tournament too far for Southgate. This is why I'm a Southgate fan, and I'm really pleased with what he's done. I mean, 2 finals. I don't care how we got there. We got there, right? And we didn't get there before. We weren't even qualifying for tournaments in the 70s and going out in group stages and all this kind of stuff. England has only ever reached 3 finals in its time. 2 of them are with Gareth Southgate. I don't care if it was luck. I'm not interested, right? We got there. Like, the results are all that matters, and we got there, and we got to, in our lives, enjoy getting and seeing England play in not even a final, finals. That man deserves to be Sir Gareth Southgate and deserves loads of praise. Absolutely should be like applauded and all of that. But it's also right to be able to say, I think that was a tournament too far for him, and it's right to now change the manager. Both things are allowed to be true. Both things are allowed to be correct. Both things are allowed to exist in the same world. So amazing. I'm so grateful to have had the chance to watch England play in finals, even though they didn't win them. I just hope whoever's next can take us that final step now and actually win one of them. That's why this appointment has got to be right. So yeah, I feel like we could talk on this subject for a long time because there are lots of thoughts and still lots of pain. But it only hurts because it matters. It only hurts because we wanted it so bad. But Spain deserved it. No one said otherwise. And the goal now is to try and get a team that can beat that Spanish team, legitimately go toe-to-toe and give them a game. That ain't going to be easy. That ain't going to be easy at all. That might be one of my questions if I was the FA. So when we get to the World Cup, we've got to play Argentina, who have won the World Cup and just won the Copa America. We're going to have to probably play that Spain again. Maybe France, who I'm sure will be rejuvenated. Germany will have kicked on. They will have learnt from this tournament. How are you going to beat those teams? Question 1. How are you going to go toe-to-toe with those teams and actually make us competitive? That is quite the problem to solve. Kean said, I'm a Liverpool fan, and this is why I wanted Spain to win. How does that work? And Southgate didn't play Trent and Joe Gomez. 2 Liverpool players didn't get a chance on the final on Sunday. Don't understand that. Are you English? I don't understand that. Club before country is... I don't understand that. I never ever look at England and count how many Man U players are in there, or worry about how many Man U players are in there. If there's no Man United players in there, well, that's down on Man United, isn't it? He played Trent in midfield and it didn't work. And Kyle Walker has been amazing at right back. I don't understand that. I would never be able to look at England, the country that I love and, you know, represents this country. That team represents this country, or it should. And go, nah, I ain't rooting for them because there's no Man United players in there. But to me, Rashford not getting picked, that's on Rashford. He needs to be better. Simple as that. And I think, I don't know that too many pundits would argue that Kyle Walker, who has been our number 1 right back, you know, Trent can't defend. Trent, there's a lot of thoughts that Trent hasn't got that defensive side. He's very good with putting in those long balls, but he doesn't have that defensive side. So he's gone with Walker, who's got that pace and can tackle. And actually, you know, we did well in that first half defensively. So second half, obviously we let it slip, but I can't vibe with that. For me, I'll love England. I don't care if it's all Man City players. Make no difference to me. Once they put on that England shirt, they're England. They're not Liverpool. They're not Man United. So that's the kind of thinking, I think, that has held us back as well. It's all those clicks. You hear about this. This is why the golden generation never worked. Because of all those clicks in the past, you know. That's the exact kind of mentality we're trying to move away from. And that's the exact mentality Southgate has moved the players from. And I think that's one of the big dubs. I think that's one of the big wins that he achieved. Uncle Howdy said, I want to ask you a question. Let's go. Because I don't understand. Let's go. Why WWE just won the NXT Championship? Why WWE just won the NXT Championship? Karrion Kross. Right after that, there was Joe at NXT Takeover 31. Kross lost the title. I don't understand. What are we on about? What's happening? Karrion got called up, didn't he? What are we talking about? NXT Takeover 31. NXT Takeover 31. Is Finn Balor against Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT Championship? Don't understand, buds. I don't know what your question is about Karrion. Karrion was the champion, and didn't he drop the belt because he was moving up to the main roster? It says that on August 22nd at TakeOver 36, Kross lost the championship to Samoa Joe, which was his first loss, and that was his last match in NXT before he moved to Raw. So he dropped the belt to the next champion so that he could move up to Raw, and then he was on Raw. So that was that. I think we can agree Daze is the best YouTuber, said Kuzin Vinny. Appreciate the kind words, my friends. James said the 100 starts next Tuesday. Let's go. We needed someone on the right to stop Nico Williams. Walker wasn't at blame, says Tom. The NXT pre-show has been an England show, said Curtis. It has. I feel like this, I mean, like, for our American friends, this is a glimpse into the UK at the moment, or into England at the moment. I feel like on Sunday, I think I read there was like 24 million, 25 million that watched the game, which actually wasn't as many as the last final, and I don't know why. I think it might be, I don't know if there was more, but I think there may have been more arenas that opened up. So it's 25 million people that turned on their TV sets, but there was, I mean, the O2 Arena was full of people. The arenas around the country were full of people. Like, people, not everyone stayed at home to watch it. Loads, just all these people in pubs, all around these big screens, in these kind of big arenas that were watching them. I mean, you'll never know the exact number of the amount of people that watched that game, but it will be quicker to count the people that didn't watch that game. Let's put it that way. You might as well go around asking everyone who didn't watch the game and then like count that number. It'll be a smaller number. So, you know, we're still talking, there's like, what, 55 million people, 60 million in England, 25 million turn their TVs on. And then you've got all them people at the O2 Arena, all those people in Box Park, all those people in like the various academies, O2 academies, which are like arenas around the country. All the pubs, think of all the pubs that were making so much money with all the people that went down and watched down the local pub. I mean, it's, I don't know, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if like 40-something million watched that game. That wouldn't be a surprise to me at all. Out of, say, 60 million, if it turned out to be 45 million watched the game somewhere and only 15 million didn't bother, that wouldn't shock me. I don't know that I'd be shocked if it was 50 million that watched the game, to be honest. I mean, it was, everything stopped to watch that one game. and, you know, hearts were broken. And then, of course, there's now obviously all the news of Gareth, that manager, walking away. And it's you know, other than Trump, right, which has obviously been huge, and has, like, really had, like, non-stop coverage. Apart from that Trump shooting, like, this has been the talking point. So, yeah. It'll settle down. Once we know who the new manager is, it'll settle back down, of course. But that's why it's quite heavy at the moment with England, because there's all the fallout from Sunday and the manager quitting today, which has kind of churned it all up. England are the Spurs of international football, said Wolfranian. USA, UK, said Brandon. Alex said the last final got lost less than 20 million. No way it did over 20 million second time. No, it did. It did 24-25. The last final did 30. I mean, I know the numbers. I looked them up. So this one was, I think, 24 point something. They said that BBC did 17 point something million. And then the other channel did 6 point something million to ITV. So it was like massive. Everyone basically tuned into BBC. It was like 3 times people tuned into BBC over ITV. It was huge. Curtis said, random question. Do you think the Undisputed title needs a change? I think it's awful. It's got no character. I do think it needs a change. I suppose the problem you've got is that belt screams WWE, doesn't it? I mean, it's just a massive WWE logo. And we know the reason why. It's because in this day and age with Instagram and TikTok videos and all of that, you haven't really got time to put captions as to, you know, who this is. People are just like, oh, here's me with the champ. You know, they might not say WWE champ. They might not say Cody Rhodes or whatever. They'll just say, oh, I can't believe I got to meet the champ today. Facebook, Twitter, all this kind of stuff. That belt has got to do a lot more work in the modern age of communicating what it is. Because if you look at it and go, who's that? Is that a boxer? Is that an MMA fighter? Like, what is that? You need it loud and clear. That's a WWE title, and that's a WWE superstar, and this person is excited to meet them, even though this person may not have even mentioned WWE in their little write. May not even be a write-up. They might just chuck it on Instagram with no caption whatsoever, right? So in this day and age with social media, the belt has got to do so much more work than it used to have to do. Because back in the 80s and 90s, there was no social media to put these pictures on. They would go into magazines, but in those magazines, they would be talking about who the person was, and they'd have WWE champ, they'd have, you know, Bret Hart, Undertaker, like it would have all the info. But with social media, you don't have that guarantee. So this is why the belts have got big NXT, WWE. This is why they're screaming what they are. So you can change it, like they did with the World Heavyweight title, but the World Heavyweight title has got a big WWE slapped in the middle of it. So if you change it, I really feel like that's a caveat that's you're going to have to work around that. That's something which I think would be a non-negotiable. I think it would be, okay, you can change it, but it's got to still feature a massive WWE somewhere. Which is fine. You can still make a belt look really cool, and you can still make a belt that works, you know. But I understand that there's a challenge there, you know, a restriction. You can't just have a winged eagle, for example. Right, here we go. Looks like we are about to get underway with NXT, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Hang on. I've got to do these at the same time. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Right. I like the undisputed title, says Tom. Is anyone here to watch darts? Says Curtis. He lost, didn't he, old Luke Little, I heard, to Van Buren. Here we go. Then. Daze, did you end up getting the Meteor for the football? No. And I'll tell you why. Because I did order it, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to go for stuffed crust. And when I clicked on it, it said the base was barbecue. And I was like, no, that's not what I want. I don't want the barbecue base. I want tomato base. So I was like, Now, you could change it. But I was like, oh, well, is there another one I need instead? So there was one next to it that was like a Meatalicious or something, which seemed to be about the same, but it had a tomato base. And I was like, that's the one. So I had something that was pretty much the same, but I think it was called like a Meatalicious or something. And it had a tomato base. Not the best story, but you asked, and I'm here to answer. Here's Gallus. Okay, here's Rascalz. A lot of excitement as they come out. Not sure how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't think this is going to catch on with me. Look at these rascals. Okay, so Rascalz have made their way down to the ring, and we're going to be opening up with them taking on Gallus. Booker said, sometimes you need your friends to save you from yourself. Here's Gallus. Yeah. But did Joe Hendry blow your mind? Not really, to be honest. I can't say I've seen anything from Joe Hendry that's really impressed me. I mean, Joe Hendry feels to me at the moment like a meme. Like, it's cool to like Joe Hendry, but I can't say that I saw anything that made me get it. I wonder if it's his theme song that's over. I mean, I'm sure he's good, and I'm sure he's had good matches, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of was like, okay. It was just pretty tidy stuff, to be honest. It was just pretty run-of-the-mill. There wasn't really anything like... I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, I need to see a singles match, I suppose. But judging off like last week's tag match, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's a meme. I feel like people are on board because his theme song's quite catchy, and I don't know, the smile he does is quite funny, and I think that's just sort of took a life of its own. But then he may have had some bangers in TNA, you know. I'm only judging off what I've seen in NXT. Okay, we are underway. We got Mark Coffey in there. We've got both the Rascalz. Inverted atomic drop, basement drop kick. Nice drop kick. Good work. Going for the cover. Kick out, shoulder up. Forearm strike there by Mark, making the tag. In comes Wolfgang. Uppercut. Joe Coffey on the outside. Gallus, no nonsense. Throwing in some big kicks, looking for a suplex. Going for the cover. One. Just a one. Don't miss Trey. He's phenomenal, says James. A whole chance. in the corner. Wentz. That was good. I do remember him when he was with Wesley, of course, and MSK were a very successful tag team. I don't know what this means for Wesley, though. I mean, is this the end of his, like, singles run? Is this... Are they just doing this for a bit, or is this, like, his future? Spinning rounds. Take over there by Wes. Lovely. Take over into, like, a Frankensteiner there. Going for the cover, but no joy. He is having a lot of fun. You can tell that Wesley is really enjoying himself being back in this group. Grabbing a hold of the head, preventing the tag being made. It's a good matchup, this, in the sense of you've got the Rascalz, who are quick, pacey, high flyers, daredevils, risk takers, agile. And then you've got Gallus, that are big, tough, brawlers, hard-hitting. It's a lovely clash of styles. Look at that. I mean, that clothesline there by Wolfgang just shows. And now Wesley on the receiving end. Crowd are chanting, "Let's go, Rascalz." Shot to the midsection by Wes. And again. Knee to the midsection there by Wolfgang. Going over to the corner. In comes Mark Coffey with a big right hand. Double axe handle. Quick tags, and they've cut off the ring. So Wes in the wrong part of town. Double chops. Tag being made again. Quick tags. In comes Wolfgang. Big shot to the midsection. You know that he'll make that hot tag, and you know that the place will pop. They've said, haven't they, they're the Rascalz when it's all three of them. But when it's just Wes and Wentz, then they are MSK. What about if it's Wes and Trey? I wonder what they get called. Boom, big knee. Yeah, we've got lots of everyone in the ring at the moment. Referee losing control of this one. Double knees. All 6 guys are down. Joe Hendry's coming out. Okay, Joe Hendry coming down. Crowd applauding away. Joe Hendry live on NXT, but why? It's a good question. That look on Hendry's face, said K-Dub. Brony said we go to commercial as soon as he comes out. But that's because they want you to come back, don't they? Like, Joe Hendry's come out, and so they're hoping that that's going to get people to come back and not change the channel. Curtis said, why have we gone to commercial? Jim said, Hendry's going to turn heel and join Gallus. Haley said, I don't know if they invoke the Freebird rule or not, but they all have amazing chemistry, no matter which two. Mr. B said, I just don't get this Joe, kids. A bit odd to bring him out during this match, says James. But Kader says that he believes, and Eric said that folks believe him. Alkaline said, I don't believe in Joe Hendry. Dr. Lucha Lala said maybe this will set up NXT TNA. Maybe. Roseanne said, Daze, it's Edward's mom. How are you? Roseanne Brown, hello. Shout out to you. If that is actually Edward pretending to be his mom, because I can't see Edward around, that is very strange. So, Roseanne, I hope you're a very real lady. Oblong Box said, I never thought I would see Trey Miguel in a WWE ring. Johnny believes in Joe Hendry. And Paul said, Joe Hendry versus Joe Coffey. Yes, please. I believe in my tribal chief Roman Reigns, says Brony. And Blue Shirt said, Wesley just looks better in a tag team. I agree with that. I think he looks a lot happier, a lot more comfortable. He's just got this big smile on his face. I think he can get in, express himself, get back out again, and work with his friends. And I just think he does look so much more comfortable. The problem with the singles division is it's really a land of giants. And, you know, if you are that plucky underdog, like, it's just hard. And certainly when he's been picking up, like, the injuries that he has. I don't know what the future's going to hold for him. I mean, it's probably not great for his singles run that they've gone in this direction, but perhaps they'd run out of road for his singles run. I don't know that they were ever going to put the NXT belt on him. And he had one hell of a long run with the mid-card belt. So, we'll have to see. Cowboys #1 fan, shout out to you. Appreciate the kind words. Here's Edwards, who's jumped in. But it seems like Edwards' mama's gone missing. Oh, hello, Edward. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. You all right, Edward? I'm good, thank you. Daze, do you think that WWE will purchase TNA, says Paul? I don't think so. There was that thought, but I don't think so. I don't know how much it would cost them to do that. I think they'd probably rather just work with and not have to, like, have that outlay. Okay, Joe Hendry has jumped onto commentary. Yeah, because, like, why are you here? If you heard my song another 5 times, you would love it. Vic Joseph is excited. Booker is not excited. I think Booker's probably doing that on purpose. I don't think he's trying to bury the kid. I would imagine Joe Hendry's going to have to try and win Booker round, maybe. Tag being made, in comes Wentz. Super kick there to Wolfgang. Yeah, Wentz to the outside. Top rope, Inzaguri. He's going up top again. He's perched and down. Double drop kick. Kip up there by Wentz. Chop. Against the ropes again. Oh, does he still go out with... Is it GG Dolan? German? Very good. Rascalz are very good. In the corner. Uppercut there by Wentz. Trey Miguel is in. He goes in the corner. Drop kick. Gets thrown into the other side. Grabbing him. Oh, love that little kick. Nice. 1, 2. Trey Miguel. And a shoulder tackle. Trey Miguel's like another Wesley, isn't he? Drop kick. Again, out goes Wolfgang. Tag being made. In comes Wes. And tag in comes Wentz. What are we doing here? They're struggling to figure it out, but they got there. Duck underneath. Boom. DDT. Kick coming into the back of the leg. Kick to the back of the head. Stomping on the back. So Rascalz very much in control. Gallus going to the outside. Here's Wentz again with a big kick. That looked good. Okay. Wes in the ring. And he's looking to go big. Over the other side, over the top, comes down. That looked good. I do hate that spot, but it's about as good as you can get that spot where you've got a load of people standing around on the outside and someone jumps on top of them. Crowd are chanting NXTNA. There we go. We've got them in the corner looking for boom kicks. Got them on their shoulders. Now he's going to look to put him away. Stomp down. Plants him down. 1, 2, 3. And the Rascalz win. So it's a win for the Rascalz. I thought that was a pretty fun match. And Wesley is definitely looking like he's having a good time. I do think some of their moves have like maybe the same issue as Kalani and Sol Ruka, in the sense of they go with some of these big, very innovative spots, but the end result just lacks that real punch. Like they did that triple dropkick thing. It seemed to not miss. I think it did connect, but it didn't really feel like it had the, you know, it didn't really feel like it really landed. It felt like it missed by a little bit. But you got to say, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get out of them. They're very innovative. Do find that with that style, though. Sometimes you do just want to say to these people that are like flipping all over the place, like, do that. But when you finally land whatever you're building towards, make it look good. Make it feel like it connects. Make it feel like it's really going to land, you know? That would be my only criticism, really. I mean, the hot tags, quick tags, fast pace, lots of innovation, loads of agility. Feels like the right place for Wesley. Yeah, thought it was good. Thought it was good. Hot, wet crowd were really into it as well. Crowd really liked it. But Mayor Pete said TNA partners with Endeavor, TKO parent company, for their streaming service. They do. Yeah, they did go to them for help for that. Okay, we're just having a look at what happened last week. Edward is really out here arguing with himself, says Brony. What is going on? Roseanne said, Edward needs to start helping me around the house instead of watching you all the time, says Roseanne. Roseanne, well, I appreciate your son doing that. And by son, I mean you. He's a good one. He's a good egg. You've raised a good egg. Okay, Roxanne is next, apparently. Thea Hale is interested. We're backstage with Andre. Obviously, we know Duke Hudson's going after Oba. He knows he's got to cash in. He's got to capitalize tonight. Riley says he's going to beat the unbeatable. Riley believes that Duke Hudson's going to get it done. Oba Femi, Duke Hudson coming up later tonight. Apparently Roxanne is next. There she is. Oh, Thea Hale in the background was looking to attack Roxanne. Okay, Roxanne coming up next. Wrestlani said, when are Eli Cottonwood and Lucky Cannon returning? Well, that's the dream, isn't it? Let's get some of those OG NXT people back. How will the American Nightmare respond to the Bloodline's brutality? Daze, would you join Tommy on Saturday for Slammiversary? No. What am I doing Saturday? What do I have? I have apparently Jake Paul against Mike Perry this Saturday? Is that still happening? What time does it start this weekend? Jake Paul was set to fight Mike Tyson on Saturday, but it's Mike suffered ulcer flare-up in May. Paul's opponent now is Perry, former UFC fighter, who has excelled since switching to bare-knuckle fighting. Can he hand the influencer his second loss? Main card starts 2 a.m. British time. Let's flip in go. What's on that card? Who's fighting? Who's on that card? Amanda Serrano's fighting as well. H2O Silver? Who the hell's that? Is that an influencer? Who's H2O Silver? There's a few fighters on there. That'll be alright. That'll be alright. Is it on Netflix? That's a good question. I would think so. The original was meant to be, wasn't it? Where is it? Where are you? Says it's on DAZN. His fight with Mike Tyson is moved. That's still on Netflix. So they haven't replaced it. They've replaced the fight, but it's gone on to DAZN. So it's going to be DAZN. Which I think I still pay each month for, actually. So it's Jake Paul, Mike Tyson on Saturday. Then UFC 304 Saturday after. Then SummerSlam. Let's go. Let's go. SummerSlam is the week after that. It'll soon be here. But I hope to God NXT rating doesn't fall off a cliff this week, said Big Time Baxter. I don't read much into live stream views, but it does look lower than a typical NXT stream. Well, I don't think NXT's been doing that well recently on the ratings front. Hasn't it gone back to being in the 600 range? I can't even remember what last week was, but I know it wasn't gone are the 700,000s that we had been getting. So I think things have settled back down. Okay, here's Ethan Page with Ava. He's got valid complaints. Oh, hello. Who's coming in? Oro Mensa has come in. Oro Mensa wants to get at Ethan. Your fantasy. So we're definitely getting this match, aren't we? The longer you run. The longer you run, the worse it'll get for you. So Ethan Page is going to defend his title tonight, but it won't be against Oro Mensa. Dante Chen. He's going to defend against Dante Chen. That went down well with the crowd. The crowd loved Dante Chen. Booker likes the idea as well. Very well received. So Ethan Page against Dante Chen is coming up tonight. Okay, that first match got a great rating. Great 64, so people enjoyed it. Here is Roxanne. Roxanne making her way down, dismissing the crowd. James said next week's SmackDown will be taped after the live SmackDown this Friday because they're going to be in Japan next week. Brony said Trick is buried. Might as well release him and let him go to AEW where the best wrestle. That was funny having Joe Hendry do the narration for what happened last week. I believe, said Jen Shazam. Okay, here we go. Who's gonna come out? They've teased that it's gonna be Thea Hale, but I'm not sure that it is. Last Sunday, I defeated the biggest badass. Yeah. Who's next? You would think I'd be getting my flowers. They've teased it's going to be Thea, but I don't know that it is. It could be. Shut the hell up is the chant. It should have been me. It should have been me. Oh. We don't deserve to be watching her. I've not even hit my prime yet. How untouchable will I be in 5 years? Oh, here we go, man. Come on, let's go. Who's stepping up? Okay, she knows her history. She's talking about Charlotte? I'm on pace to shatter her records. Bailey's, Asuka's, Rhea's. Who's shutting her up? Someone's shutting her up. Ooh, a bit of bad language. I'd like to apologize for that. Oh, she's talking about Stephanie. Roll out the red carpet for any talent around the world. She ain't scared. Oh, people are standing. People are excited. I find it laughable that Thea Hale is my next opponent. Oh, here's Thea. I really like Thea, but this felt like we were building to bigger. You barely escape Heatwave with your title. I used to really look up to you. Okay, this isn't bad from Thea. I've broken doubters' noses. I've broken their arms. Yeah! Open up that history book, but give me the pen so that I can write Thea Hale, one of the youngest. Like, she's really proud of herself. Okay. Oh, advice time. You're not ready. Let's not forget when Mr. Chase threw in the towel. That hit a nerve. This championship's for big girls, not children. You're nothing but a little girl. Kick to the midsection by Roxanne. Thea Hale throwing in some shots back, but no, rolling around on the floor. At the moment, she's looking for that Kimura. Reversal by Roxanne into a crossface. Roll through by Thea into the Kimura. There we go. She has managed to get it in, but here is Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland coming to separate them. But there we go. We're building to Roxanne and Thea. I like some of the stuff she said, though. Santa Claus is NXT's green shirt guy. Oh, hello. We're backstage. There's Brindley. There's Kalani. I had to dig down deep and pull out some crazy moves to keep this title. Have you seen her side plates? It's literally just her name in, like, lowercase. Oh, my God. Oh, there's Wendy with a headless Barbie. Oh, well, everything about that girl's weird. The crowd were uninterested in that, says Paul. I think they were maybe hoping for more. Maybe hoping for more. A.B. Jobson said, Thea is an underrated wrestler trapped in a spaz gimmick. Spartan Major said, probably all the chemicals. Oh, right. Here's the Brooks Jensen bit now. So they're just showing what's happened over the previous weeks with Brooks. Of course, he attacked Javon. He attacked the young OG. Let's go, man. Let's go. Ah, oh, mate. Let's go. Young OG. Let's go. Javon. Javon taking on Brooks Jensen. Now, I wonder what Brooks's presentation is going to look like. We've been waiting to see Brooks for a while. WWE Mark Henry. How has Nakamura not been sent back to NXT? Is such an unreal talent that's now classed as a jobber. Yeah, he could be sent back to do a bit of work down there, couldn't he, in all fairness? Better than just not using him at all. How's your day been, said Spartan Major? It's been all right, thank you. Yeah, not done a great deal. Look at this, they're really banging on about 2026. SummerSlam, 2 nights in 2026. Let's go. Let's flipping go. I'm really pleased that they're going 2 nights with SummerSlam. I would do the same with Royal Rumble. SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, 2 nights. Do we think Femi loses tonight, said John's Gaming Corner? I don't know, and I'm not expecting that. I think he retains. Blue Shirt said, I know Fallon Henley is a heel, but I would have liked to have seen her get a title shot. Paul said Javon versus Wesley would be awesome. Mr. B said, let's go. Young OG. Mate, I'm such a fan of Javon. Curtis said, are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. I am your father doesn't like Rumble being 2 days. I do. I think you do the men's on one day, you do the women's on another day. I think you can easily flesh out the undercard because you don't need much of an undercard. The thing with the Rumble matches, it takes an hour of the show anyway. So you can easily fill a couple of hours on the undercard with different championship matches. Maybe put one women's... maybe you do like women on one day, men on the other day or something like that. That could be interesting. Women keep banging on about having their own PLE. Women's Day, Men's Day. Right, we're at commercial break. Big time. That Roxanne promo was really strong. Imagine William if Edward had scissor hands. An NXT pay-per-view being 2 nights would be cool, said Dro. Survivor Series should be 2 nights, says Jim. William wants to know if Edward has a sister. He does, but it is just Edward in a dress. Daze, problem is they can't fall into the trap of always depending on big surprises. It would get old. Only do it when it really matters. Big Time said apparently people are frustrated with Kiana James not being used and sitting in catering. I'm not the biggest fan of her. Oh, I don't know that people are. I'd imagine that people are just looking for something to moan about, to be honest. Just die, would you? I tried to kill this fly earlier. It's the same one. Just die! Okay, we're going back to the action. We're already 40 minutes in. 40 minutes in. It's going to be Javon versus Brooks. That's what we've got coming up now. Fanatics Fest, August 16th to August 18th. Here's Lola. Oh. You certainly proved that you belong in the main event picture. Nothing Roxanne does will be enough next time. Here's Fallon, JC, Jasmine. I'm sure the American Top Team would welcome you back. Jasmine's like, I'm the exception. So she stared at JC, and it looks like that's a match we're going to be getting. JC versus Lola. Is Brooks. Ah, coming out with Josh Briggs. I don't need you. Brooks said to Briggs, I don't need you. Brooks gets in the ring. He's got a smile on his face. Young OG over the other sides. And we're underway. Brooks grabs Javon, drives him into the corner. This is a real tough one, isn't it? Because, like, Javon's such a rising star. He's just been in main events. He doesn't feel like he's that far away from an NXT title. I mean, it's unlikely he'll get it anytime soon, but he's sort of got that credibility. But, I mean, like, do you really want Brooks to take an L? I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing with him. It's such a weird matchup, but it's a good matchup. It's one that I'm excited by. Shots coming in there by Javon. Goes down. Brooks is looking like Sami Zayn. He has got a bit of Sami Zayn about him. Hurls Javon onto the barricades. Lola a face now, said AB Jobson. That theme's a banger, said K-Dub. Here we go, coming over. Oh, yes! Love that by Javon. Jumped up, landed on the bottom rope, and then flipped backwards. That was sick. That was sick. Bouncy. Oh, my God. 1, 2. Kick out by Brooks. Look at that. Look at this. That is just so perfectly executed. Goes up, lands into the corner, but Brooks moves out the way. Javon trying to get up. Chop coming in there by Javon. Clothesline. Down goes Javon by Brooks. Shots raining down. Brooks goes to the outside, grabs Javon. He's got him over by the commentary table, picks him up. Ah! Slams him onto the commentary table. Javon. This ain't a great position to be in. Oh! It's kind of like a flying leg drop. Oof. Javon was draped over the commentary table as Brooks just hurled himself on top of him. Commercial break. Could you imagine Javon as a Mattel retro? Yeah, very good. Big Time said, I know NXT is rebuilt and I'm happy to be patient, but where are the names we're looking at to fill the void? Javon, yes. Oba, yes, but who else? Well, I mean, they've brought in Ethan Page, I think, for that reason, haven't they? Obviously, we've still got Trick around as well. I think, you know, it is time to pull the trigger with Duke Hudson, who's just kind of second fiddle to Andre Chase. It is time to see if we can do more with Tony and the family and, you know, get a bit of a story going there. Like, we're not hurting for people. It's just they are people that need to go up that next level now. That's the way it works, isn't it? People just keep raising their profile, raising their stock. So, yeah, I think we're in an all right place. Brooks, you know, Brooks, he's got to start delivering. These people that have kind of been sat on the sidelines a little bit, now there's more room for them to show off. So, it's always that way. When people go, the next ones come through. Did Brooks just say that boy's bouncy when he threw Evans against the table? I didn't see him. I didn't catch that. Javon is so athletic, said AB Jobson. Brony said Duke Hudson's not championship material. Well, he might not be championship material. I don't know the answer to that. But I think he's championship contender material. He's been on the sidelines and second fiddle to Andre Chase for a long time. You can definitely tell a story where he's like, it's time for me to step out. It's time for me. I've got to do this. I've got to show that it's my time now and that I'm worthy. Put him in a number one contenders match, have him win it, get him doing promos. Like, this is time to dance now. Welcome to the dance. You've been in NXT for so long. You've got to put it all together, and you've got to show that you can promo, that you can put on a really good match. He might not win the title, but he can be in the mix. You know, he's someone that you can use in like one of those matches at Deadline. He's someone that can fill out a team at War Games. He's someone that can compete for a mid-card title like he's doing tonight. He's someone that can tell Andre Chase, I need to see that I'm worthy, that I can do it, go after the title. Like, he's someone that's in the mix. Brooks Jensen looks like someone that will sit on catering in the main roster. Well, we don't know what story we're telling with him at the moment. I feel like we're only just getting going. So, I mean, he could kind of catch on and be a bit of a Sami Zayn. Just don't know. Just don't know where the creative's going to go. Can we take a minute to respect Chad Gable for solving the biggest mystery of all time? Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. Yeah, that's big. That was big. Here we go. We are underway. We've got Javon going against the ropes, back in the ring. Knee to the midsection there by Brooks Jensen. Brooks coming over. Chin lock, knee in the back. Big knee to the midsection. Oof. So Brooks in control, and he's keeping Javon grounded. Josh Briggs looking frustrated on the outside. Javon trying to get up to his feet. Shot to the midsection. And again. Gut wrench. Down goes Javon. Javon goes over to the other side. Here's Brooks. Javon moves out the way. Back elbow by Brooks. He's going up in the corner. Nice. Good. Head scissors. Takeover by Javon. Evans trying to get up to his feet as Brooks comes over. Javon moves out the way. Comes crashing down. Back elbow. Over in the corner goes Javon. Boom. Big right hand. He's got Brooks in the corner. Kick coming in there by Javon. Brooks goes down. Brooks goes into the middle of the ring. Javon's going to go up. Springboard. Crossbody. Lands it. Huge. 1, 2. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Struggling to put him away at the moment. Some of the people in NXT don't do anything for me, like Brooks and his tag team guy, said the 6 Horror Kingman. Nice. Goes up, over. Looking. Look at this. Oh, very good. 1, 2. Kick out. Is this Sean Spears coming out? Sean Spears quite interested here in what he's seeing in Brooks, maybe. He's just watching. Those two together could be interesting. Don't waste your time on him. Tells Briggs, leave it. Javon goes over, comes crashing down. Wow. He got some height there, didn't he? Crashing down on Brooks. This is probably going to lead to Javon picking up the win. Goes up. Boom! Mate, what a cutter! Huge! And he puts him away. Massive cutter there by Javon. God, this kid's... he's so special. It's... the air that he gets, like the hang time that he gets... But then, you know, we talk a lot about, like, when you're going to connect, make sure it looks really good. And, like, everything Javon does, I mean, the cutter, he doesn't, like, miss him or anything. He grabs him, connects, drags him down. Like, he does all this big, high-flying stuff, but the end result is there from Javon. he's just so good. He's just so good. Brooks attacks Javon after, and Briggs is having a few words. And I wonder if we will see a Shawn Spears Brooks union, because there was a smile there on Shawn's face. Here's Charlie Dempsey. He's trying to get Tony's attention. Here we go. What's this? What are you doing? He did the thing. Okay, the Don knows everything here. I didn't think you had it in you. Yeah, what's going on here? He needs some advice. Charlie needs some advice. Oh, yeah, she did, didn't she? A witness, did she? You're going to have to take care of this on your own. That's Ren Sinclair, isn't it? She's going to have to get bumped off, man. She's going to have to get bumped off. Here's Dante Chem. People love Dante Chem. He has, in the few times we've seen him recently, he has been good. I'm not naive. Ethan Page thinks I'm an easy first champ. Boy, if he wins, imagine he becomes NXT champ. That would be sick. That would be sick. Ethan Page would be livid. Dante would be the champ. The NXT universe would be shocked. It's clearly not going to happen. But, oh, mate, if you wanted to cause some chaos, that'd be pretty fun. You leave Ren Sinclair alone, you pricks. She's got to go, mate. She saw too much. She's got to go. She's got to sleep with the fishes. It's over. It's done. It was a good whilst it lasted. But she's going to talk. She's going to talk. I mean, it doesn't matter that we all saw it as well. Like, it doesn't matter that it was on last week's NXT. But she saw it. She's got to go. Ethan Page, Dante Chen for the NXT Championship. Up next, said Wrestling Fam. Someone needs to teach Rizzo how to sit like a lady. She's got her legs wide apart like some dude, said Oblombox. Ren Sinclair was in AEW. Oh my god, that's the same as killing her. That's the same as bumping her off. Oh god, she doesn't deserve that. She's better than that. Why have we gone that far? I only wanted her bumped off. They've put her in AEW. That poor girl. Poor Ren, said James. Remember what they did to Pretty Deadly? Yeah, that was fine. That worked out all right. They ended up on the main roster, so I think they're cool with it. Got it. Got it right in the flipping face as well. But Daze, I'm back. My mum has had too much to drink. Don't listen to her. I don't think I saw much of what she said, to be honest. Plus, I'm pretty sure it was you. Cadet said Ren is going to be sleeping with the fishes. She's done, mate. I'm looking forward to see what we do with her. Imagine if we, like, kidnap her and then put her in the boot and she's, like, trying to plead for her life. And then she's like, I don't know, what do they need? What can she bring to that group? I feel like the end result is she's going to join the group. She's going to have to convince them that she can bring something to the group. Success? Titles? Opportunities? She's going to have to try and convince them of that, maybe. That's what I'd be thinking. If I was Ren Sinclair, I'd be like, I know what you want and I can bring it to you. Pretty deadly a job, guys. With the gimmicks, said 6 Horror Kingman. Paul said, just stood on a slug. Oh my god, do you know what I did with a slug? There was a slug down here. I have no idea how it got in. I put it a couple of days ago. I got a piece of card. It was big, long. Put it on this piece of card. Carried it upstairs. Opened the door. Went like that to try and chuck it off. And it was still on there, obviously, because it was a slug. So I went even harder. Ended up hitting this plant pot. Cut it in half. Killed the slug, didn't I? I went like that. I went, oh, dude. And I was like, oh no. And when I looked, there was just half a slug there. I was like, I didn't mean to kill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, slug. Didn't mean to kill you. Oh, here's trick. Is that Pete Dunne? Pete Dunne just chilling in the background. What's Pete Dunne doing? Pete Dunne sat in the background. Are we going to do Trick versus Pete Dunne? Why is Pete Dunne there? What? He's talking to Elia. Pete Dunne. Take care, Trick. Peter. Figure it out. What the hell? What the hell? He's trying to talk to Elia to get... That's pretty cool, isn't it? Calling up Elia to get some advice. Okay, here we go then. Ethan versus Dante. Yeah, it is a bit strange that he is willing to defend his title. You would think he wouldn't want to. And Dante Chen, I mean, this ain't an easy person. I mean, I feel like the story here is that he thinks it's easy, but it ain't gonna be easy, and he's gonna come real close to losing this belt. Let's go. Look at all these signs for Dante Chen. Can we just all agree that his entrance music is garbage? Dun, 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 dun. This is awful. Awful entrance music. Should be something way more exciting than this. He's trying to get all fired up. Dun, 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 dun. This is awful. Pete is still peeved about Sunday night, said James. Well, I wonder how he feels about Gareth resigning. One fall. Chen has put a spell on the crowd. They love him, don't they? I think it's because of his work on NXT Level Up. They love him. Tell you what, TNA might have Joe Hendry. We've got Dante Chen. Dante Chance. Oh, there you go. Ethan Page. Smile on his face. Good opportunity this for Ethan Page. We just have not seen much of him. He had a one-on-one match with Trick, which was okay. Obviously then a fatal four-way. So this is a good opportunity to see him in singles action against Dante Chen. Side headlock. Right, let's end this poll, otherwise people may get a bit confused as to what we're actually scoring. Show me what you've got, says Ethan. Okay, that last match got a good rating. Good 98. Dante behind, rolling up 2. Just a 2. Duck underneath by Dante. Big shots coming in. Ethan holding onto that top rope. Kick to the midsection. Side headlock. Over the other sides. Over the top. Shot to the midsection there by Dante. Boom. Kick. Side of the heads. 1, 2. Lots of cheers for Dante. Dante gets thrown to the outside. We are into the second hour. As Ethan Page. Shoulder tackle. Down goes Dante. Ethan with Dante throwing him back into the ring. On top. Throwing in some big shots. Ethan Page. With Dante. He's got Dante against the ropes. Back elbow there. Dante goes down. Boom. Slams Dante down. 1, 2. Shoulder up. I know this is a silly question, but does it always rain in the UK? No. I mean, I would say it rains a fair bit. But we have good summers, to be honest. I mean, our summers are pretty warm. It depends how long for. Sometimes it can only be for like 3 weeks. But, you can get like Florida type weather. I mean, the other week I went outside. It was really, really warm. And it was like 80 degrees or something. So I would say like... I don't know. We don't tend to get snow as much anymore. We used to be when I was young. Felt like it snowed every year. It doesn't really snow every year now. So I would say autumn, winter. You know, you get rain, but you get decent summers. So yeah, it's not like it rains every day. I wonder what the average amount of days of rain there is. That's an interesting one. Dante, kick to the midsection by Ethan, picks up. Inside cradle by Dante. These two putting on a really fun backslide there. Really fun little match. So it says the average number of days that it rained is 171. So about every other day, I suppose. Or just less than every other day. Big shot there by Dante. 2. Boom. Shoulder up. Shoulder up. Dante showing out here, man. Dante looking good. Global warming. It's very hot in the US right now, said John's Gaming Corner. Dante. Oh, big boot there by Ethan Page. Dante goes down. This might be the beginning of the end. Picks up Dante. He's got him up on his shoulder. Looking for Ego's edge. 1, 2, 3. Ego. Edge. Ethan Page picks up the victory. Dante had some moments in that match, though. Who's attacking? There's Oro. Oro gets in the ring, starts throwing in some shots. Not on your best day, says Ethan Page. Oro Mensah will get a shot, obviously. Trick surely gets a shot. I just don't know how long you keep the belt on, Ethan. Oro turning Ethan around, these two exchanging shots in the entranceway. Back in the ring goes Ethan. Oro in there. Clothesline. Down goes Ethan. And again. Oro. Nice. Ethan goes back to the corner. Oro charges over. Boom! Collides into the corner. Oro showing out. We got some Chase U folks in the crowd cheering away. Oro Mensah showing that he can put Ethan Page down. I wonder if we're ready to move with Oro Mensah now. I mean, he's been in Metaphor and he's been a bit of a joke, but I wonder if we're ready to move. Here's Duke Hudson. We're looking back at his time in NXT. It's been a long time. Yeah, his poker room. Do you remember that? And then he joined Chase U and he became the MVP. So he's going to try and be North American champ, but I can't see it working out. Imagine I said Oro Mensah, Ethan Page would be the next NXT title match this time a month ago, said Wrestle with Andy. Triton Cascade said someone in the crowd has an annoyingly loud scream tonight. Edward said thoughts on Klopp being in the run, but he wants a break. Who would you take? I'd take Tuchel. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I really am looking at Lee Carsley because Lee Carsley, I think international management is different to club management. I mean, the thing with club management is that you can bring in players, and you can't really bring in players unless they're obviously English. I think that Lee Carsley has worked with the under-21s. He knows this group of players. He'll be seamless. It'll be seamless. And he plays a more attacking style of football. I think he is evolution, not revolution. But I think England need evolution. I don't think they need a revolution. I think they just need to take that final step. They just need to evolve. And I think Lee Carsley might be able to do that. So I know he's in the running. I know he's not the sexy name, but he might be the right name. It's a bit like when Gareth took over. If when Gareth took over, if you'd have told England fans this guy's going to take you to, a quarter-final, semi-final, 2 finals, you probably would have laughed. You probably would have gone, there's no way. This dude's coming in because we're broken and we haven't really got anyone else. There is no way he's going to take us to a World Cup semi-final, 2 Euro finals, and a quarter-final. It ain't happening. And then it happens. So I do think that the sexy names can be a bit of a distraction, to be honest. Like Tuchel, Poch, Clearly, if Pep was available, you go with Pep. And I think, like, Klopp is someone that I would really go for because, I mean, not only has he been a manager, he's been in the Champions League and he's been a top manager, and he's shown himself to be an excellent coach. So I'd be interested in trying to get Klopp. I'm not worried that he's German. That doesn't really bother me, to be honest. So I don't mind that. I really don't mind Klopp. I don't know about Tuchel. I mean, Bayern didn't go well, did it? Bayern didn't go well. I think I'm looking at Lee Carsley, but I don't know. I haven't got a strong feeling on it. I just hope that they take their time, do thorough investigation, thorough like interviews, and get the right person. Like, what kind of football do you want to play? What do you need them to do? Or is the person you're going to choose going to be able to deliver that? Do the work. So I'm looking at Lee Carsley. I really don't mind Klopp. But, I don't know. If you had to pick between Stephanie or Giulia, who would you have beat Roxanne? I would probably go with Giulia because I don't really know anything about Stephanie. So, and Giulia, we've been waiting for her for ages. I feel like people have been talking about her a lot more. Honestly, I had not seen any talk about Stephanie before she had that match with Mercedes. I'm sure there was people out there that were talking about her, but I feel like Giulia, I've seen matches of her and I've seen a lot more talk about her because, as we said, she was around at WrestleMania weekend. She was in the crowd at WrestleMania weekend, so I would go with Giulia, but I've no doubt that Stephanie will get that title as well further down the road. So if I had to choose between them two, I'd go Giulia. Have you seen FPL for this season? You can save up to 5 free transfers instead of... You can now have 5 transfers instead of 2. And there's a mystery chip, and the points have changed. I don't know that I'm going to play, to be honest. I find that it's hard to keep on top of when the match weeks are, when it's a big season, and I struggle with it all. I used to not miss it. I used to play it all the time, but I don't think I played last year. Here's Gallus. They're playing the song backstage. Go back to Scotland. Joe Hendry said he's sticking around. When people think of Scotland, they think of Gallus. Okay, here's Izzy Dame. Haley said, I was today years old when I learned that Joe Hendry was Scottish. Okay, here's Izzy. Where are we time-wise? Oh my god, we've only got 45 minutes left to go. What do you think of WWE doing NXT Hall of Fame? You could. I don't think I would, but you could. Right now, you've got Tatum. Tatum on the edge. Missile drop kick. Okay, let's end this poll. So, goods, greats, all time, and bads. Okay. So, Tatum and Izzy underway. I don't know if we're a bit pushed for time, but we've gone into the match very quickly. That last match got good 99%. That was Ethan against Dante. Okay, now we've got Izzy. We haven't had loads of matches tonight. Normally we get 6. This is number 4. We probably will get another 2 in, though, won't we, actually? Shoulder up. Daze, have we had Oba Femi? No, I think that's our main event. I think Oba's our main event. Jeremy said Izzy showed up at TNA to answer Grace's open challenge. Brody said the people who would be inducted are now in AEW, so what would be the point? Again, Tatum trying to get Izzy over into the corner. Tatum goes in the corner. She goes over the other side as well. Izzy to the outside, grabbing the legs of Tatum. Wrapping her round that ring post. So, Izzy in control. Tatum in the middle of the ring. She picks up Tatum and backbreaker. Going for the cover 2. Kick out there by Tatum. She's got Tatum on her shoulder. That's good. So she's trying to get a submission, but look at this. Here comes Wendy. We know that Wendy and Tatum have had a bit of a union. Wendy coming down, standing on the outside of the ring. Is he looking for a clothesline? Tatum moves out the way, grabs the leg. Nice. Dragon screw. Ooh, love that. Shoulder tackle, taking out the other leg. Tatum getting back into this match as Izzy goes down to one knee. Boom. Straight into a knee. That was good. She seems to have done better since Wendy Chu came out. Shoulder up. What is Wendy gonna do? What is Chu gonna do? Here we go. Pump handle. No, couldn't get it. Oh, lovely kick there by Izzy Dame. 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out. There is Wendy. Standing and staring, watching, observing. Tatum goes over to the corner. Izzy comes over, shoulder first, into the ring post. Here is Tatum. Ooh. The Psycho Trap. It's a win for Tatum with the Psycho Trap. Well, that's a big win for Tatum. I wasn't expecting Tatum to get this win, you know. Look at that. Look at that. So, she's going over. Oh, she's got the head. She's got the head of the doll. Wendy's got the body. She holds the doll up and she's going to put the head on. What does that mean? Well, it means they can get more for it on eBay now. I know that much. Oh, here's Duke Hudson. Oh, what's going on? We got Chase U backstage. Duke said, I'm trying to get ready. Can everyone just keep it, you know? It's all good, mate. It's all good. Don't worry about it, mate. Oba is incredible, but he is a man and he can be beat. Here's Lola. Oh, yeah, I forgot that was tonight. Lola taking on JC. Looks like we are getting 6 matches. Why do I get female Al Snow? Consider that. Lola against JC Jane. Daze, they could do an NXT wing and just induct one a year. Maybe Seth Rollins could be the first inductee, said Mitchell. I think Ridge is going to cheat and Duke will win the belts. Duke, Andre Chase, Riley Osborne. Yes, Chase you. Tatum and Wendy are actually cute together, says Haley TV. They're actually super cute. They're actually super cute together. I'm interested to see where that goes. Okay, 39 minutes, but then maybe a little overrun as well. Brony said, this is a tough question, but who has the better WWE career, Asuka or Eva Marie? It's a very tough question. Big Time Baxter said, that's 9 matches on the show tonight. What the hell? That was number 4. This will be number 5, and then the main event will be 6, which is what we tend to get. I think they're kind of following a bit of a same template. Okay, we are at commercial break. Get your votes in for Izzy versus Tatum. I thought Tatum winning was a bit of a surprise. Stone Cold. He's going to be speaking to Bailey, but this happened ages ago. Shame we don't get more of them, actually. The Broken Skull sessions were good. That's before Peacock ruined everything. We used to get original content. Mitchell said, Daze, it means Tatum likes giving heads. That's what it must mean. If you've got a broken dog, she enjoys providing the head. I agree. Who had the better WWE career, Percy Watson or The Undertaker? Big questions. Big questions. Thoughts on a Montez Ford single run, said Paul. I would do it, but I think there's a little bit of a concern because they haven't done it, so why haven't they done it? I mean, Street Profits have been dead for years. I mean, I know they tried to do that thing with Bobby, but I mean, they couldn't even work out the flipping name of the group. Apparently they're the Pride, but they never called them the Pride on TV. What the flip? And like, they've been in like one feud with the Final Testament. I mean, it's like they are just botching them so bad. I don't know why they tried to keep going with that group. So, don't know. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not do it years ago? I think you could really get somewhere if you have Montez and Bianca like hanging out backstage and they're the couple and, you know, lean into their relationship. Because Bianca's got mad star power. Montez doesn't. I think that he's a great in-ring talent, but there must be it is difficult, you know. I mean, I think we're seeing how difficult it is with Jay as well. They're having to work so hard to get Jay over. And they're doing it. It's working, but it's not easy. You know, the singles division, it's not easy. You know, you're battling against such big giants, and it's hard. Perhaps they're looking at it thinking Montez just ain't gonna hang. Hello, we've got Cedric, we've got Ashanti. They're getting distracted by all the lovely ladies, aren't they? Here's Ashanti. See, no, thank you. This ain't Chase you, this is Chase me. Come to have a word with Jakara. You're up here. I need you down here. No touchy touchy. I think she was interested, you know. We're not doing this. That could be fun. He could be fun. They could be fun. Are they going to be a tag team then? Here's JC Jane. Right, let's end this so that people don't get all confused. James said, do Broken Skull with Punk. Oh, that would be good. That would be good. That would be really interesting. We don't get them anymore. Fallon was furious. Do you know that last match actually got good 100%? 0% said it was bad. So that means it got good 100%. Hero. Cedric and Ashanti could be a good choice. Yes, they could. AKF, that's true, actually. They could be a good choice to dethrone the champs. Yeah, I see that. Drew McIntyre refused to apologize to the refs that screwed him, said Corey. That is true. That is true. Haley said, JC Jane is giving me super creeper with the Cody mask obsession. Well, she was gifted it, wasn't she? I mean, it's maybe a bit weird that she's still carrying it around. It's a bit weird she's chose to use the black one rather than the see-through one that Cody gave her, isn't it, I suppose? Shoulder tackle there by JC, who then dances away, mocking Lola. Takedown. I've made a sign as well as a bracelet. Justice for Larry and AJ. Give Punk his bracelet back, Drew. What, you've made a sign? What's that for? To hold at home? What? Is that you every time you watch Raw? Like that. In my mind, that's what you're doing. You're sat in your living room in front of your TV. Just holding up a sign. Just wanting to take part. Just wanting to take part. Wanting to feel like you're there. Chanting along with the crowd chants. Fight forever. Fight forever. This is awesome. This is awesome. One day you will be able to put on a VR headset and feel like you're there. I've no doubt about it. So why not start making your signs ready for that day, eh? Why not get ready? Right now, JC working on the arm. Cody gave her the mask, says Eric. That is true. But why doesn't she wear it? Malmar says, I hate you. It's for Monday. I will bring the one with the other one that I sent you. Punk has give his bracelet back. Well, have a lovely time. I hope that Drew sees your sign and thinks to himself, yeah. Yeah, she's right. I should do that. Boom! Into the corner goes Lola. I don't know that hurt because she's wearing a flipping mask. Shouldn't JC have not really felt that? Nice. Boom, big kick. Down goes Lola. JC charging over. Lola moves out the way. Ah! Spinning back fist again. Should she have felt that? It just knocked her out, but she's wearing a protective mask. Wouldn't that have hurt her hand? I've got questions. Oh, there's Fallon. There is Fallon. Fallon is all over Lola. There's Jasmine. Kick coming in there by Lola. Back elbow there by Lola. Boom. It's the numbers game, guys. It's the flipping numbers game. Knowing Drew and the Scottish, he'll probably think, yeah, F you. Sol Ruka. And Carmen. It's going to be a 6-woman. It's going to be a 6-lady situation in it. Boom. Okay, we've got Lola, we got Sol Ruka, we got Carmen. After that match with Lola, I really like Roxanne Perez. The heel turn has helped a lot. Here we go, look. It's my doll. Do you want to play? You're so sweet, but we're too old to be playing with dolls. Oh, she's got another one. I don't understand. She dropped one doll, she picked up another doll, and the crowd went, whoa! What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, we're going to another match, so it looks like we're getting 7 this week. I forgot about this one. OTM taking on OC. Wow, this second hour has just been match, isn't it? Oh, you're so sweet, but we're too old to be playing with dolls. So she dropped one and then she picked up another one. Was the one she picked up meant to represent Kalani? Because if it was, it would have been good if she had a little belt. And I don't even think the hair was the same. Make the dolls kiss, said Mitchell. Yeah, make the dolls kiss, you cowards! You cowards! Oh, do you want to go to the sauna? Oh, we shouldn't really. Oh, I feel like I need to go to the sauna, though. Only if we can go to the jacuzzi after. Okay. Love you. Shall we kiss? Okay. Yeah. Let's go. I'd watch 2 hours of that, to be honest. Could be a new NXT show, couldn't it? NXT dolls. Follow the adventures of Lizzie and Sharon. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Sharon. What the flip is going on? Make them kiss. What a perv, Boomer. Yeah, you perv. That well said, actually. Well said. I was thinking that. Perv. Daze, that's what I was saying. I feel like I'm watching a 2-hour gauntlet because we've barely been away from the ring tonight. William said, I like it, Daze. Let's go. We would all watch it. We would all watch it. Paul said, you need to bet out more. Bet out more. Get out more. I think that's not, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm just saying, there's probably a YouTube series that could be made out of that, you know? The dolls would do better promos than Liv Snorgan. Liv Snorgan? Ah, Liv Snorgan! Do you know what? Sometimes you don't know where a conversation's going to take you. You don't know where the final destination is. But then, do you know what I mean? Aubrey comes in and goes, I've got this. I've got this. I know where this is going to lead us. And just takes us by the hand. Aubrey just took us by the hand like that and was like, come on. Come on, you. Come on. Let me take this home. Very, very good. Very good. Liv Snorgan. Right, that got 0% bad. It got 77% good, 18% great, 4% all time. It's another match that got good 100%. Who won it? I can't even remember who won it. It was Lola, wasn't it? Was it Lola? Who flipping won that last match? Oh, it was Lola, wasn't it? Because I said spinning back fist. Shouldn't that hurt a hand more? Got it. Amy Jobson said Liv Morgan is my bestie. Brony said Aubrey always leads the way, just like he does in the Island of Relevancy. Mid Morgan, Liv Snorgan, Liv Borgum. Says Tom. Daze, the Spanish celebration felt flat. The air in the building was sucked out. The Spanish crowd was electric for it. The Spanish celebration felt flat. I don't know what that means. Are you saying the Spanish didn't celebrate very much? Here's Ethan. First of all, I defended my title. Thank you and goodbye. Okay, he says that he didn't pin me. That didn't count. I'm still the NXT champ. None of this bothers me. And he didn't pin me. Here's Gallows and Anderson and Meechin. Gallows, Anderson, Meechin. Meechin throwing up the two sweets. Is this really the best way of using Gallows and Anderson? They'd have a good... This would be good live, their theme. Imagine like the band there. And then they come out and they're all like... It's a good theme, actually. Shots coming in there. It's probably not by Dev Rebel. I can't believe Gallows and Anderson on NXT Tag Champ, said Mitchell. Good Brother's career has really nosedived, said Paul. I don't think it's too early to say All Ego Ethan Page is the greatest NXT champion of all time, said Mr. Unfamiliar. Oh, I wish I'd been drinking. I wish I'd had a beer. Several... Liv has better promos than Becky Stench, says Oblong Box. Paige leaving. Watch out, Ethan. That parking lot is dangerous, says Mayor Pete. Meechin's got to go back to being Mia Yim, said K-Dub. James said, I can't be asked for thinking of clever names for Liv. I would rather just call her Shiz. I respect that. I respect that. Carmen live too! Yay! Hi, Daze! Hi, everyone in the chat. I'm currently located in Merrillville, Indiana. Yay! I also visited Crown Point, Indiana. Yay! Carmen, do you ever leave Indiana? Have you ever got out of Indiana? Gone somewhere else? Like Outiana. Have you ever been to Outiana? Or is it just Indiana that you enjoy spending time? Just as long as Gallows, Anderson and Meechin are putting out of the mud over, said Oblong Box. Boom. Big boots. They are huge, aren't they, actually, these two? Price with a big clothesline. Down goes Anderson. He backs up. Look at this. Look at the size of this animal. Let's go. Oh. So, price. Yeah, these two look so good. Headbutt. Another mask on display. Masks are so in fashion right now. I don't know why some are hating on the Wyatt 6. Flipping JC Jane's wearing one. Bronco's wearing one. Kane wore one. Tag. Is there a town called Jones in Indiana? That's a great question. Have you ever been to Indiana Jones? Boom. Kick coming in there by Gallus. Are the Not Very Good brothers still wrestling on NXT? They are. It's happening right now. It's OTM versus OC in a battle of the letters. In a battle of the initials. Going for the cover. Kick out there by Gallows. Daze, Ronda is the greatest crossover in WWE history. She will go down as one of the greats. Metal Mama said, I wear one on Halloween. What do you dress as? Is it James Chadwick? Back elbow. Daze, if you was a wrestler, would you live in Florida? Sure. And do NXT? Yes. Or travel the world and be main roster? Oh, you get to choose. Oh, well, I'd want to do NXT first. Because I can't wrestle. So I would definitely want to learn how to wrestle. It's the little details that I think help you in life, isn't it? Like, if I could learn how to wrestle, then I'd feel a lot more confident for going to the main roster. So I would definitely do Florida. And I love Florida. So I would definitely do that first. Kick coming in. Another kick there by Meechin. I assume that NXT is going to sci-fi in the US while Olympics are on. That won't help ratings. I don't know. What does that mean? Will there be disruption? Is USA Network showing Olympics? Oh, what's the point? You know that America's going to win the most golds. What's the point? Why don't someone just show you the table after? You know what I mean? Just tune in on the last day, just see what the table looks like. Done. Think about how much time we would save if we didn't bother watching sport. We just tuned in the last 5 minutes of all the sports. You can't really do that with wrestling because there's so many stories. But I feel like with the Olympics, just tune in the last half hour. You know what I mean? Save yourself a few weeks. Done. 1, 2. I hate the Olympics. Give me wrestling, says Metal Mama. What difference does it make what channel it's on, said AB Jobster. Ooh, hip attack there by Jada. Meechin going to town. To the outside, lands on Jada. Okay, we've got Gallows in there with Price. Big kick. Tag being made. Goes over. Grabs Price. Looking to pick him up. Look. Magic Killer. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. OC. Pick up the victory when people were hating on them. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Too sweet, baby. Too sweet. Okay, here's Charlie. Tavia. Oh my god, there she is. She wants to be in the group. No. I'll just tell everyone. Just have a kilt. Just have a kilt. Killer. What's this? What's she doing? Just get a vase. Just like that. No. I'm getting bribed by someone who's called Ren. Right, here's Duke Hudson. All you need is a heavy vase or vase. Take the flowers out. Take the water out as well. Make a mess. Just go, what's that over there? Is that Taylor Swift? Girls love that. And they'll be like, oh my God, my queen, my queen, my queen. Turn around. Back of the head. Done, mate. Done. And then what you want to do is you want to take the body to some pigs. Because pigs don't leave nothing behind, mate. They get rid of it all. Right, Femi, Duke Hudson. Let's go, Duke. Just hire some of Trump's Secret Service. That'll protect. That is true. She probably won't be with us within about a week. That is true. Yeah, I would imagine there's been a few questions asked there, hasn't there? Wasn't there like 3 roofs? Wasn't there like, there was 2 roofs behind, one over at the side, and the Secret Service were like, do you know what we need to do? We need to get people on those 2 roofs. And they're like, 2 roofs? Yeah. But what about the other roof? Oh, that's a long way away. It's all the way over there. That's like in a different field. It's these two. Trust us. It's these 2 that we need to worry about. Yeah, but we could put someone on the 3rd. No. No. We can't afford to pay for another person. Well, just cover the 2 and hope for the best. Yeah. Not brilliant. That's my, I mean, I don't know. I'm English. I'm sat here. I don't know. But from the footage I've seen, I would say not brilliant. Should do better. Oh well, next time, eh? Next time. We'll protect them better next time. I mean, the good thing is he wasn't killed, so do you know what I mean? You can try again, can't you? Protect him again better next time. I don't know what the fuss is about, to be honest. He didn't get killed. Daze would love Oba against Omus, says Paul. AKF said apparently the local law enforcement was responsible for the roof the shooter was on, so we need to blame Pennsylvania, in my opinion, and it's just my humble opinion. The Secret Service are paid to protect the president, former president, don't know how you call him. So I feel like if there's 3 roofs, I don't know if it's much of a stretch to just cover the 3 roofs rather than go to the law enforcement that you don't really know. You don't really know them. You don't work with them on a weekly basis and go, listen, lads, we're going to give you a go. You seem like top blokes. You have that one. You show us that you can protect that one. That one, there's not really a need to do that, is there? If you're like the Secret Service and your one job is to protect. If your one job is to protect Donald Trump, are you going to go, oh, we're going to have a load of other people we don't know do that bit? Do you know these guys? Nope. But they're protecting one of the roofs? Yep. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. Well, what we meant to do? We've only brought 2 people. We brought 6 people. 4 of them need to be around the stage, and the other 2 are going on the roof. I mean, all right. Maybe we could have brought 7, but I don't know. I do feel like questions do need to be asked. Daze, Lexis King has really grown on me, said Big Time. But do you think the cheesy smiles and gimmick has put a ceiling on him? His introduction, having dark and edgy, was great. I don't know. I think we're just sort of finding our feet with it. He's grown on me. I really like his confidence. I watched him at that live show and he was so in control of everything. Like, he was in control of the crowds. He was just very... He just felt like he was a star. When I saw him, you see people coming out and they're just going through the motions and maybe like giving a thumbs up or stuff. He was really taking his time to interact with the crowds. Everything was operating on his pace. He was just very, very in control, and he really came across like someone you need to be aware of. And I feel like that's showing more on NXT as well. So yeah, I kind of think that it was a bit jarring at first when he came out. People were upset with the name. People were upset with the beard and everything. And I just think he's trying to find the sweet spot, really. It's still not quite there. I mean, if he was like all dark... Oh, here he is, actually. Interrupting Eddie Thorpe's concert. So this has resulted in a brawl. Where is this thing took place? Is this... This feels like it might be backstage somewhere. Is it? Eddie Thorpe, Lexis King. Next Tuesday. Let's see what he does next week. Let's see what he does next week. Also, Ashanti is going to be taking on Oro Mensah. It should be Jakara Jackson on a pole match. Okay, that got good 98%. Here we go. Here's Oba. Time for our main events. We've got 8 minutes and then a little overrun. Not great. Not great. Drew said they're doing a double taping on Friday, so gonna be a long night if we go. Can't wait to see LA Knight, Cody Logan, Carmelo against Andrade. Should be a great Friday and a tired Saturday, says Drew. Have a great time. Are you going to do KSI on August 31st? Don't know. Don't think so. Haven't we? Didn't we look at that before and it clashes with something? Yeah, that clashes with Bash in Berlin. I ain't missing Bash in Berlin for some boomer called KSI. Okay, Femi has made his way down. They got rid of Dijak, but they kept Eddie Thorpe. Make it make sense, says James. James, not an Eddie Thorpe fan. What's been your overall thoughts on NXT? Real roller coaster. Real roller coaster. I think it's been like the start of the year felt like, not a struggle, but just flat. I think... the rise of Trick and Trick getting the belt and all of that was really cool. The arrival of Javon was really cool. Obviously, the excitement of like Jordan Grace coming in and the TNA relationship. I feel like where we are right now is okay. I said before, it depends how much you're into the TNA relationship. If that doesn't really do much for you, what else are you getting? You're getting Wendy and Tatum. You're getting Ren and No Quarter Catch Crew. You're getting Ethan exploring being a champion. Roxanne waiting for Giulia. Like, there's a few things that are going on. NXT is definitely worth watching. It's definitely worth watching, but you just never know what you're going to get on a weekly basis. Could be really good, could be really bad, could be really average. It's just like a flipping lottery. I'd say this has been okay. It's not blown my mind. It's one of those where I would struggle to know what to do a reaction video on, really. Obviously, if Duke's about to win this, though, then it won't be, I won't have a problem. But, I think what we'll do is we did an opinions video on NXT last week. Didn't do brilliant. We'll try again and see like if it's something people are interested in. Last week just scraped like 1,000 views. I'm getting the impression it's maybe not what people are looking for on a Tuesday, but we'll try it one more time and see. So if you want to share your thoughts about this week's NXT, just keep an eye out on Wrestling Daze YT. There will be a post that goes up and asks for your thoughts. Then I'll do a video and put it on the other channel. There was an opinions video that went up after Raw, which was all to do with your thoughts on Raw. So that already got done. We'll do one again here on NXT, and we'll do something different tomorrow. Okay, Duke Hudson back in the corner. We got 4 minutes and then this overrun, and I don't know, are we done with commercial breaks? Have we got another commercial break? I watch NXT to see the future, said Brony, and who I should keep my eye on. I also like seeing their development and how they improve or if they stay the same. That's a good point. You know, maybe it's not so much about the quality. It's just about the awareness. It's just about knowing who's coming through, what their backstory is, what they've contributed, what their strengths are, their weaknesses are, just to make you a more informed wrestling fan. It's a really good point, actually. That is a large part of the appeal. Oba then got clotheslined to the outside, and we've gone to picture-in-picture. What are the thoughts on Oba, Femi? Huge potential. Big, strong, imposing, good entrance. Seems fairly confident on the mic. Not someone that's going to be delivering kill shot lines, but just plays that role of being, you know, like how Omos, I mean, just didn't really feel like he played the role of being a giant very well. He was quite smiley and quite like, I don't know, he doesn't seem to have like that vicious streak in him. Don't look at Omos as being this like really evil, nasty person. He just happens to be really big. But with Oba, you get the impression that he knows how to channel that kind of violence, that anger. I think he's very good at kind of getting that to come across. So all of those boxes get ticked. In-ring, I mean, he's very limited. There's not a wide move set there. Selling is fairly basic, you know. I don't know. That's that side of it. Clearly, it's early days, isn't it? I mean, he won a breakout tournament and then very quickly won the North American title. And so we're still in the process of watching him learn. So, you know, every match he has, every experience he gets, the feedback he gets from those, it's going to make him a better wrestler. And, you know, some people, they reach a bit of a ceiling. I don't know where Oba's going to get to. I mean, what we want is we want him to keep learning, keep developing, keep getting that feedback. You know, I mean, he's working with Shawn Michaels. We know that the team at the Performance Center are excellent. They can take nobodies and make them into superstars. So I've no doubt the training is getting the right training. I've no doubt the path is the right path. But everyone's different as to if they're going to get it, how long it takes them to get it. Everyone's got different potential, different ceilings. Not everyone's going to be able to do what Ricochet can do. Not everyone can do what Gunther does. Otherwise, everyone would be doing what Gunther did and does. You know, that ability to really bring you into a match. I would love for Oba to get that, but there's no guarantee that he will. But can he just get to a standard? So, you know, I would say this is early doors for Oba. And I would say that he's big, he's imposing, he's strong, he's you know, there's a lot of boxes that are already being ticked. But clearly more work to be done. Duke Hudson trying to get back up to his feet, trying to break this hold. And then elbow to the back, forearm to the back by Oba. Kick to the midsection. Clubbing blow there by Oba. Oba in control. I got some breaking news. There's a cool NXT level up made the rounds where Oba is talking like a normal person and he's kind of gentle and kind. The Nigerian accent, it's not real. Oh, is this an old NXT level up, is it? NXT level up is very interesting for that. James said, I don't understand the gimmick. 1 minute he's native Indian or whatever, and then he's a party DJ. Yeah, I think you do find a bit of that with NXT, though, where they do keep tweaking and changing people. It's a bit like Brooks Jensen, isn't it? He was in that group. They were kind of like cowboys. Now he's drinking, and he's kind of going into that... he was doing that throwback thing. I don't think he's doing that anymore. Like, they're trying to find the thing that is going to fit best. You know, they really dug into the native Indian type stuff, Native American, but I don't know, perhaps they felt like there wasn't much more to explore with that. That wasn't connecting. It wasn't getting him over. Like, we need to try and find something different. What else do you enjoy? And then they've gone, well, I do DJ, and they're like, Look at Stevie. Stevie, when she came in, remember she was doing that streaming type thing. They dropped that. Now she's kind of Ava's, I don't know, right-hand woman or something. I don't know. You do get that with NXT. Lots of just tweaking of gimmicks, changing, trying to find that vehicle that's going to really take this person to the next level. Look at Wendy. Oh, my God. What was she? Tian Sha. Then she turned into Wendy Chu. Now she's Wendy Chu, but a dark Wendy Chu. Over the other side. So you're not wrong. I just think I just don't think we've seen him on a consistent basis, really. If we're going to lean into the party thing, the DJ thing, then okay, let's see where that goes. It's been a mixed bag, said Big Time. It's been a hit and misses. I think the rise of Trick and the TNA partnership has been a huge boost. Last year, the product was on fire, said Big Time. I think we're kind of in agreement, to be honest. Mixed bag, but some good positive things and some good shows, but some bad shows as well. And you just don't know which you're going to get out of NXT on a week-by-week basis. Elbow there by Duke Hudson. Crowd cheering away, people. Oh, I don't know that they're believing this can happen, but it can happen. Don't think it's going to happen as he goes over the top, lands on top of Oba Femi, but Duke Hudson showing that he has got something to offer here as Oba gets thrown back into the ring. Duke Hudson's big. He's like 6'5". Nice. I mean, he got it. 1, 2, shoulder up by Oba. Shoulder up. I think Stevie should be Daze's personal aide, said Mr. B. I liked her streamer thing. I felt like there was something in that. I think you could have like kept going back to her as she was like doing a watch along. Maybe she could do a watch along. I think there's something in it. I don't know why they stopped doing that. I don't know why they didn't feel like that was the way forwards. Headbutt there by and you know, they haven't really replaced it. I think she got injured, didn't she? She was gone for ages. Over goes Oba. Duke in the corner looking out at the crowd. Crowd are cheering away, you know. They're getting really into this. They're starting to wonder. They're starting to dream. As Duke Hudson goes over. Oba grabs Duke. Here we go. Onto the shoulders. Duke. Oh, rolls up. Oba. 1, 2. Oh, kick out by Oba. Oh, he grabs Duke, picks him up, looking for a... Oh, my God, what a choke slam. What a choke slam. Ah, shoulder up. That was great. That was great. Thea Hale is stunned. That was a massive choke slam. Duke Hudson back in the corner. Hudson showing up and showing out here. Ober as well. I mean, that chokeslam was amazing. You know, sometimes you don't need the greatest moveset if you can do the basics really, really well. And that's got the crowd into it. Duke Hudson, oh, straight over. And manages to powerbomb Ober Femi as the ref is counting. That was a big powerbomb, but no joy. The match continues on the outside. Ober, boom! Duke gets slammed onto the commentary table. Man, this match needed more time. Into the ring goes Duke. Ober surely looking to put him away. Here we go. Picks him up. Boom. Powerbomb. That'll do it. 1, 2, 3. Ober Femi retains against Duke Hudson in a pretty fun match. That was really solid. Yeah. Ober won. Right, let's go. Match score. Banger. Daze, what question should I ask LA Knight? I get to meet him and get an autograph. Do we think SmackDown will be good? Yeah, I think SmackDown will be good. I mean, I think Raw has been the better of the two shows, but, you know, we're on the road to SummerSlam and there's still plenty going on SmackDown. Question-wise, honestly, I mean, that's probably a fun one for the chat to have a think about. What do you think LA Knight should be asked? Ober Femi victorious, standing tall. David Connolly said, and still. Wrestling fans said, that match goes into the great for me. Mitchell said, I'm going to give that great. Yeah. Do you know, just big power moves by Ober Femi. Nothing that adventurous or exciting. But getting the job done and looking good whilst doing it. Lots happening on the outside here. Lots happening. I don't want to put you through that again. No DQ match. Brooks versus Briggs. Trick was out there talking. There was lots of people talking. He's just got in the car and the car's driven off. Who's he got in the car with? No Quarter Catch crew were having a chat as well. And there we go. That is the end of NXT. So it looks like we're going to be getting a no DQ match between Briggs and Brooks. That could be okay. I don't know. Not the strongest episode for me personally. Not a chore to watch, but I always think if I get to the end of a show and I'm like, I just don't know what to do a flipping reaction video. I like to put little reaction clips up now, and I'm like, I don't know. The ending was good, wasn't it? I suppose that match was good. But yeah, you know, not the strongest week, but not the worst week either. Get your votes in for that match. Over on the second channel, I will get up a poll where I ask you for your vote and your scores. We'll get the thing. Should I do that now, actually? Save us waiting. I won't be doing the video yet, so you've got time. I like to try and do an unseen or something first. That'll probably take a bit of time. I've got nothing prepared for that. Feedback required. What did you think of NXT? Okay, I'll put that up now. So that's gone up to Wrestling Daze YT. You can leave your comment there about what you thought about this week's NXT, and we'll go through that and put it all in a video on the second channel. Very good. I wonder who had the longest time on NXT before the main roster. Don't know, to be honest. That's a good question. William Regal. Triple H. 2% said it was bad, but 57 said it was great. 28 said good. 11 said all time. That means that got 69% great. So how did that relate to our first match? Because I know the first match was well received. Yeah, main event beat the first match. First match got great 64, but our main event got great 69. I agree. For me, the main event was the best match of the night. But, you know, we did get 2 matches there that ended up getting great scores. So got to take that into a consideration. 7 matches. 2 of them got great scores. The other 5 got good scores. Tian Shah's Gran is strange. Tian Shah's Gram. Oh, their Instagram. Got you. Carmen said, I went to Hobart, Indiana to see AR Dub Pro at the Maria Arena Center. Instead of the Bricky Bowl due to excessive heat. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friends. Excessive heat at the Bricky Bowl. Carmen Live, shout out to you. Giving the show 8 out of 10. Did you know one of Charlotte and Becky's title reigns were a title swap at the red and blue belts because of the drafts? Yes, we remember them doing it, didn't they? Like, we didn't want to end up getting flipping chucked on the floor. If I meet LA Knight, I would ask him his thoughts of when he met Max Dupree character was pitched and how much he hated it, says Mitchell. He may have spoke about that, but it's a good question. Robbie was in NXT 4 years before he went to the main roster as a trainer. Is he on the main roster as a trainer? Robbie Brooksides. I didn't know that. I didn't know he'd gone. Drew said, I'm so glad I joined this channel. Thank you for shouting me out. I'll let you know about SmackDown. I'm also hoping to land a new job Thursday. Oh my God, what a big week for you. So shout out to you, Drew. I hope it all goes well. William, shout out to you. Someone said about toy hunts. Wrestling Daze fans said, when's the next toy hunt? Give me a couple of weeks. Give me a couple of weeks and I'll dig back into the footage I've got from Florida. Dad Stuff said, I like the Roxanne heel run. But one thing that bothers me is that she still goes by the Prodigy. I feel like the Prodigy is associated with her face character. She needs to ditch that name. It makes me think of the band. Why does England always need to be the ones that have to be the pick yourself up and dust yourself off? When is it their time to have a moment? That's what's being asked. Tom said, I already blocked that loon a while ago. I guess I can just tell who the a-holes are, says Tom. Drama in the chats. But with that, I think it's best we all go away and think about if Tom might be talking about us. He could be talking about you. He could be talking about me. He might have blocked me ages ago. He might not be even able to watch me say these words right now. So I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that I love you all. And I hope that you got something from this Tuesday stream. Members, we will be back tomorrow. And I am having a little look for a members watch along on Sunday. Yeah. So, yeah, we are back tomorrow. But there will also be videos on the channels, of course. So that's it. We're done. I'm going to run away. I'm really hungry. I had dinner at 7, which is 8 hours ago now. So I'm hungry. So I'm going to go off and have some food. And I'm going to work on an unseen. And then I'm going to do that opinions video. And I need to try and find a flipping something to put up on TikTok. Because I like to try and put something up on there. I don't know what it's going to be. It'll be as much a surprise to you as it will be to me. So thanks a lot for watching, my friends. Have a lovely evening wherever you are in the world. Treat yourself. Have that cookie. Yeah? Have that bit of cake. Treat yourself. You've earned it. Yeah? And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.